Yeah, look, it's been a really difficult one, a really sore one to take because to be fair, I think first 35 minutes of the game we're competing and we're doing very well, and then all of a sudden we just hit kamikaze button and we gave them 3 goals. And then we've started the second half where we've given them a goal again. So that's 4 goals we've given them that they've not even had to work for, which is absolutely disgraceful for us and very poor defending. And you saw in the second half that we had a real go at them. We pinned them back at times, maybe because they were up front they took a little bit complacent, but we certainly had a go at them and we got a couple of goals back. But I'm still really disappointed with the fact that we actually gave them 4 goals and they didn't even have to work for those 4 goals.
Yeah, so just in terms of the defensive areas, what sort of things are you looking to work on during the week to sort of avoid similar sort of mistakes in the future?
Look, it's the basic defending, and if you're playing at this standard of football, you should know the basics of defending. I mean, they've launched not even a 50-yard, probably a 60-yard ball down the park. Now, defenders, you read that, you get goal side of the player and you make sure the player doesn't get in behind you. And it's not as if it's just happened in a 20-30 metre zone, it's happened in about 60 metres pass. You've got plenty of time to get goal side and defend that properly. Obviously, the second one was a corner, which we didn't clear properly, and the amount of times we kicked balls into our own players tonight was just incredible. Obviously, the third goal was a free kick that's went right above the goalkeeper's head, and whether the ball moved heavily or not, I'm not sure. And then the fourth goal was an on goal where the players used his left foot to clear a ball that should have been cleared with his right foot. It's all very basic defensive errors, which we need to sort out.
So what sort of message would you be passing on to the Knights fans who are sort of worried about how the rough sort of start we've had to the season so far?
Yeah, look, obviously, we've got lots of new players that have come into the club, and it takes time for things to gel and for us to sort out what's going to be our best combination. We've still got 2 of our best players are not available to us just yet. I'm very confident we will sort things out. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Our first 2 games were quite strong, and we were 1 kick away from winning the second game. And then obviously the biggest disappointment was obviously last week in St Albans. But today, it's just the disappointment is not in the performance as much, more the fact that we gave away these 4 goals, very, very cheap goals.
What sort of positives can you take out of the last half an hour or so of the match?
Well, I think the positives there is the players never really gave up. They kept having a go. I think what I said to them at half time is I was getting a little bit fed up with sideways and backwards passing all the time. I want us to be more dynamic. I want us to pass the ball forward a lot more. I want to make a lot more forward runs, a lot more forward passes, and I thought we did that in the second half. I thought we did hold them back a fair bit and have a lot more possession in their half, and it caused them troubles. But it needs to happen from the start of the game and not at the end of the game when you're 4-0 down.
So what are your sort of thoughts heading in? We've got a big game against Avondale this weekend. What do you think our chances are of notching up our first win of the season?
Yeah, look, every game is the same target. We set that target to win the game, and we'll be the same against Avondale. Look, it's a difficult league, and I just know that we will get so much better as the season goes on. It's just at this moment in time when we're trying to just gel people together that that things aren't, that we're making mistakes and things are happening that we're not happy about. But that'll get sorted out. We will sort that out. I'll make sure that happens. But I'm confident going into the season proper with a few more games under our belt that we'll start to get really strong, and we get some strong players back in as well. I think we'll be a different team.
I think we just didn't really come to the races for parts of the game, and we give away sloppy goals, and we're going to be punished in this league. But I think we can hold our heads up high, because for long parts of that game I think we played really well, but we just need to be better with the things we do and hopefully move on next week.
So last 20 minutes of the game we looked a lot better. We scored a couple of goals there. What sort of positives do you think we can take out of that last 20 going into the Avondale game this weekend?
I think we just got to believe in ourselves, to be honest. I think we are good enough to play, and you see the kind of football we can produce when we want to. It's just about belief and believing that we can play the way we want to and create chances, and I just think we need to defend better as well and just be a bit harder to be defeated. I think we just got to have a good week at training. Got to keep our heads high, keep positive. We just need to work our absolute bollocks off, and hopefully go there next week and pick something up.